Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and before I get going, I wanted to let you know, in today's private group, we're going to talk about maybe one of the most important things you can know going into what I think is alt season. It happens every single alt season. It's the most dangerous thing that you can possibly do during alt season. The worst, most dangerous thing you can do. And we're going to talk about that, and I've seen it so many times, and it's the fastest way for you to miss out. Real easy way for you to miss out. And that's in DAIXRP.com. That's the Patreon. You can click join below any of these YouTube videos to join through there, or you can hit subscribe on X and you can subscribe through X. I do the full video, the extended video, no commercials. Okay, as I told you, I was going to have an interview with Jim Bazzani from Caleb & Brown, and I asked him many of your questions, and here is one of them. This is about spreads and fees. I know I'm not going to name any exchanges, but I was on an exchange the other day, and I bought a bunch of XRP, and then I saw the spread after the fact. I mean, I bet that it was a 5+ cent spread, which is the difference between what the price actually was and what they actually let me buy it for. Okay, so like, I don't remember exactly, but the price was like $3.27, and then they made me pay, some ridiculous price, like $3.30 something to get it. I mean, ridiculous. Well, here's Caleb & Brown. Here's how they do it.
So, I'll firstly just say that we don't charge any spreads or things like slippage. Unfortunately, hidden costs are something that are quite common in the crypto space and always have been. We're all about transparency at Caleb & Brown. So we just charge a flat, transparent fee of 3.5%. Now, that fee can be negotiable depending on the volume that you're doing and the assets that you're trading with us. But we don't charge anything like spread, where for those that aren't across, it's the difference between the price that you buy an asset at and the difference between then when you actually sell that asset and then the price you get for selling it. Unfortunately, it's something that is quite prevalent on exchanges. The best way to actually review whether you are being charged a spread is to try and buy an asset and then sell that asset simultaneously and look at the different rates you're getting. Often you'll find the price that you're buying it at is then a lot higher than at the price that you're selling at that exact same moment for the exact same asset. So unfortunately, this is something that is charged quite frequently, and it means that clients don't get the best financial result when it comes to buying an asset at a particular price and then also selling at the most favorable price as well.
All right, and then here he addresses some of their new product features.
In terms of product features and things moving forward, no doubt yield and staking is something that is coming up all the time. It's probably the most common question I got at XRP Vegas. We know that there are some other people in this space offering it. So we are looking into it, but how we do things as a business from the day that we started is we'll do our due diligence and our research, and we want to be 100% confident and transparent in what we offer, but knowing that we can offer it without compromising on the security angle and the security element that we put a lot of effort into. So we know that some assets aren't natively staked like XRP. So other people have been getting more flexible, and there are risks associated with that, right? So we really will go through that process when it comes to yield and staking. But that's no doubt something that our executive team and our operations team are looking into. I'd say the biggest development moving forward is we've just launched our mobile app within the Australian market. We're testing it here, making sure that everything runs smoothly. But no doubt that'll be something that will get launched within the US quite shortly, which is something that a lot of our clients want. They want that flexibility to be able to make trades on their phone. One of the handy features, you can actually contact your broker in the mobile app as well. So it's almost like a DM feature, which is really exciting. They're probably the two big ones. And then we're always looking at advancements in this space. So, tokenization of assets. Currently, we're just crypto only, but moving forward, that may differ. So I think they're sort of the main two ones, but no doubt we're always looking to innovate as a business.
All right. And then he touched on, can you have an LLC or a trust account?
So that's one of the key benefits, and something that a lot of our clients use our service for, is to be able to actually trade not only as an individual, but through their LLC, through their trust. And it's something that we will help onboard, and then will allow you to invest through that. So that's something that a lot of our clients leverage. I use it myself personally. So I have an individual account, and that's where I do a lot of more of my riskier trades with Caleb Brown. But I also have a family trust that's set up for my family, that I want them to have exposure to crypto, get a bit of exposure to things like XRP and other assets. So in that scenario, I can trade on behalf of just myself as an individual with Caleb Brown, but I also have another account that's for my family trust. And they're two separate entities, and they do perform sort of different trades, and they hold different assets, which is really valuable for a lot of our clients.
Oh, yeah. So I have a Caleb and Brown account for many reasons, including some of the ones you just heard. You can go to xrpwealth589.com. It forwards you right to my page here on Caleb and Brown, and you click sign up today. I sleep just fine with my Caleb and Brown account. I want to point something out to you folks. I keep telling you the important number is this number at the top, the total crypto market cap. And I made a point here. Now we're at 4.11 trillion. I made the point right here. Let me hit the refresh button. Okay, this is what we've been waiting for. New money is flowing in now. We're at 4.11 trillion in crypto. XRP's done 475% this year, crushing Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana without new money. What happens next will be epic. And then we've got this. This is Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump, and they rang in the bell on the NASDAQ with this company Alts that they're I can't remember if World Liberty bought them or they merged. Anyway, they did a deal. And here's Eric Trump. Same thing he's describing happened to me.
Brian, it's infuriating. We had nowhere to go. Capital One stripped 300 bank accounts from me. 300 in the middle of the night. They sent us a letter after doing business for 20-something years. All your bank accounts for golf courses and condominium buildings and hotels, they're all gone in the middle of the night. I mean, how do you pay your taxes? How do you pay your employees? This happened across the board. It happened with JP Morgan Chase. It happened with Bank of America. It happened with First Republic. And this wasn't just happening to the Trumps, people with a lot of zeros on the end. This was happening to conservatives all over the country. We didn't have a damn choice. So before my father, won the election, before my father was in office, we started getting into cryptocurrency. The people in cryptocurrency were being debanked just like Trump was being debanked. Right. And you know what? It's become the fastest growing industry anywhere in the world. It's actually removed a lot of the power from the big banks who have weaponized their platforms against the American people, and I could not be more proud to be. I don't know.
Me too. Golly. Look at this. Ripple Bank and Trust. The OCC approves proposals to establish banks that have a reasonable chance of successful business and operations, provide fair access to financial services, comply with the laws and regulations, promote fair treatment of customers, and foster healthy competition. The decision to charter a de novo bank should be a function of proposed business model, quality of management, investor demand, and customer needs. Sorry, Caitlin Long, but you're about to get Ripple Bank and Trust. Read it and weep. Now, I think Paul Barron is on to something here. Says we could see a market rally until that date. He's basically saying that we could see a market rally for the next month in anticipation, because everybody believes that interest rates are about to be lowered.
I think one of the things you have to be cognizant of is the fact that this could go sideways near the Fed meeting, which is the 16th and 17th of next month. So we've got about 3 weeks. Remember, we could see a lot of heat up from Trump to still put pressure on Powell to get that quarter. So be on the lookout for that. This may be one of those things where we do get a little bit of a sideways action, or possibly a retracement on the fastest moving asset out there right now, which of course is ETH.
Oh me. All right, from Phil Kwok, Ripple's been, I've been telling you, Ripple's been playing chess, not checkers, and that's why you're seeing all these people like Caitlin Long freak out, folks, because they're starting to realize that the big picture of what Ripple's been doing makes them 10 times stronger than any of these other players. Ripple and its co-founders have too much XRP and keep dumping it. This is the criticism I see so much, because on paper it looks true. Ripple and its founders have sold a lot, and I've also thought about it deeply, but was this just bad tokenomic design? My conclusions: no, the critics are wrong. It's actually one of the best tokenomics ever. Here's how it created the perfect environment for success. First of all, there are many reasons people often give for selling, like decentralizing ownership, etc. I won't go into those because I feel they have been tackled by other blockchains instead. My thesis is actually that this tokenomics is one of the key reasons that XRP has succeeded. Why? Number one, because its stewards were all heavily incentivized to make it a success. Remember that XRP started from literally zero. They made it actually worth something, and today top dogs have made hundreds of millions, some of them billions. They were rewarded for this. And don't forget, all of the original creators are still at Ripple, apart from one, and the other blockchain of same vintage can. Which other blockchain of the same vintage can say the same? Vitalik is literally the only co-founder still at Ethereum. There were 8 in total. And remember, Ripple and the XRPL's creators didn't make money in a vacuum. XRP's up 120,000% since starting trading CoinGecko. Early believers in the XRPL were rewarded together with its creators. They went on this generational wealth building journey together. And how about Ripple? Its massive holdings of XRP are massive, yes, but importantly, this has a purpose. It's a war chest, the Ripple war chest. That's a thumbnail. And this has enabled Ripple to keep building through bear market after bear market, taking big swings on it as it's at its massive mission. People who say that Ripple and the XRPL's creator were given too much XRP feel like socialists. They're socialists who pursue equality and end up only making everyone poor. Those critics don't understand that to create wealth, you need to reward those who generate it. For a great novel on this, see Ayn Rand's Atlas Shrugged. One of the greatest lessons from Silicon Valley is that to make something successful, we need to ensure its creators can become rich in the process. So in conclusion, did Ripple, the XRPL's creators, get a ton of XRP? Yes. But was this a bad thing? No. I've come to believe it's actually one of the best things. You just need to look at the facts. Anyone saying that the same success could have been achieved by giving them less is dealing purely in counterfactuals. And in the realm of imaginary, this tokenomics has long been forgotten, but it's simple and proven to work. And I think it's actually one of the best ever. The Ripple war chest, folks. They hate it out there. Okay, now watch this from the NASDAQ.
I also think it's encouraging, Nick, that we're seeing it broaden out beyond Bitcoin, and we're starting to understand the fundamentals and other applications when you think about the institutional use cases for the digital asset space.
Yeah, that's right. And I think that the early kind of mover in this was Bitcoin particularly. But the way that I really like to see this is we're building a new financial wallet system. So if you picture tomorrow's wallet, we've got Bitcoin, so they're the digital gold. They sit inside and act as this finite supply, borderless transactions, and really self-custodied with a password, not a vault. Whether you're hedging inflation or sort of dodging local currency turmoil, very censorship-resistant store of value. And then you've got Ethereum, so that's the app platform. So Ethereum's the wallet's app store. Smart contracts so that you trade, borrow, or earn yield without a bank. And owning ETH is really just like holding gas in a global financial operating system, one that's open source and runs 24/7. Then you've got XRP. So they're the cross-border bridge. And XRP works really behind the scenes as that instant FX bridge. So banks convert dollars to XRP, beam it abroad in 3 seconds, and cash it out in local currency, potentially cutting remittance fees from 7% to under 1%. And then you've got Solana, the high-speed rail. So
we've heard enough. Okay. Look at this from Dark Defender. Here's an update on the daily chart. It's time to break 333 critical level and rise through 444 levels. Upcoming targets 444, 585. RSI bullish than ever. Chin up, XRP Army. Your time is here. Enjoy the show. I agree. Okay, let's talk about the greatest danger of altcoin season and how to avoid it. That's what we're going to talk about in DAIXRP.com, the Patreon. If you'd rather go join through YouTube, click the join button below any of these YouTube videos, or you can hit the subscribe button on X. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Let's enter the danger zone.